Welcome back to the Shopping Tree, America's inspirational shopping network. I'm Mia Sarah Quall, and I'm here with
David Vaders.
Hey, and we have a special guest. He's amazing, Nazareth.
Thank you for having me, Mia.
Thank you for
David.
keeping me in stitches all day.
We've been having just a laugh a minute here.
We need to laugh. We need to
We
laugh
do.
more. Yeah.
You know, I didn't meet my wife here. I got married in Nashville. But where did you meet your wife?
Well, in Israel, and I'll tell you the story. I was a comedian in Hollywood, working with Kevin James and Chris Rock and Adam Sandler. And then a few years into it, I felt empty. I mean, everything was going great. They're writing a sitcom for me and everything. But I felt great. So I said, God, if you're the God that those boring Christians say who you are, make me like them. I felt something. It's called joy. And God, within a month, just made me change my life. A comedian invited me to church, and I gave my life to Christ. Wow. And I made a deal with the Lord. I said, Lord, you know what? I'm single. You know more girls than I do. And you know their hearts. So I'll let you find me a wife, and I'm going to go to do your business. I'm going to do comedy for your people who love to hear good, clean, honorable material.
Right.
So I started doing that. And 3 years later, my father was dying in Newport Beach, California. And he said, son, when I die, would you go to Israel for me? I said, yeah. He said, would you go to the Gaza Strip for me? I said, no. You know, if you've heard of the Gaza Strip, all the, you know, the trouble and everything. I said, no. And then when he died, I said, no, I'm going to do it for him. So I flew to Gaza. That night, I drove from Tel Aviv to the Gaza Strip. I met my cousin, who's an atheist, and his fiancée and her sister, and we're at dinner. And he looks at me, he goes, you look happy, what's wrong with you? You're in the Gaza Strip. I said, you know what? God changed my life. He gave me hope. He gave me a reason to live. He goes, oh, don't listen to him. He's one of those Christians, born-again Christians. Her sister said, me too.
Wow.
And what blurbs out of my mouth, I said, would you like to marry me? It just came out like, blah, 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 blah. And she looks at me, and she's gorgeous, and she goes, I've been praying for a believer to come to this side of the world. Wow. So let me pray and fast for 3 days. I'll get back to you. 3 days later, she came back. She goes, I'm starving. Let's do it. and that's what I try to tell people. You know what? God can change your situation in 24 hours.
Absolutely.
One day I was single. The next day I'm planning a wedding. Wow. And it was all along, you know, it's just everything that's good that was going to happen. It was ready, but I wasn't aware. I'm like, okay, God, why am I single? I'm losing hair now. You know, people think we're in the bathroom reading a book. We're not. We're in front of the mirror going, please don't go. And then, Lord, I'm losing, you know, I'm gaining weight. You know, now, you know, when you start erasing the phone messages without touching it, I'm like, what's going on? Just bring it over.
Well, this is just part of the talent that God has given you. And you've written a book, You're So Funny, Daddy. And we're going to feature this, and Mia's going to tell us about it, as well as your 2 DVDs. And I encourage everyone out there, all the viewers out there, this is just the top entertainment. It's friendly to the family, and you're going to love it.